So solving inequalities is the exact same as solving an equation with one exception. When multiplying or dividing by an inequality by a negative number, we have to reverse the inequality symbol. So let's look at some examples to see how that's going to work. Example 1, we're going to solve the inequality negative 5s is less than or equal to negative 25. So the opposite of multiplying by negative 5 is dividing by negative 5. So we do that just the same way as we would if we were solving an equation. The negative 5's cancel and we get s on the left-hand side, and 25 divided by negative 5 is negative 5 on the right-hand side. But at this point you have to say to yourself, I divided by a negative number, so I have to change my inequality around. So when you're going to graph the solution, you're going to draw your number line just like normal. S is greater than or equal to negative 5, so we're going to put a solid dot at negative 5. And because we had divided by a negative number, we had to change our inequality from less than to greater than. So we have to shade to the right. For the next example, 7a is less than negative 21. Again, the opposite of multiplying by 7 is dividing by 7. That cancels, and we get a on that side. Negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3. This time we divided by a positive number, so we don't change our sign. Our sign remains the same. We only change the sign when we're multiplying or dividing by a negative number, not by a positive number. So I'm going to do my number line. A is less than negative 3, so I put a hollow dot at negative 3 this time. A hollow dot at negative 3. And A is less than negative 3 because I didn't have to change my sign. I divided by a positive number, so I shade to the left. And that's the solution for A is less than negative 3. Let's look at one more example. So we have here x over negative 4 is greater than negative 3. Don't forget when we have fractions, we would like to have a common denominator. First of all, I'm going to move the negative up to the numerator. And I want my denominator to be the same as the other fraction. So 1 goes into 4 times. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So I have negative x over 4 is greater than negative 12. These cancel, so I get negative x is greater than negative 12. But I don't want to solve for negative x, I want to solve for positive x. So I have to divide both sides by negative 1. That makes the negatives there cancel. X on that side and 12 on that side, because negative 12 divided by negative 1 is positive 12. But because I divided by a negative 1, I have to change my sign. So my greater sign changes to a less than. I'm going to do my number line. I'm going to put a hollow dot at 12 because I don't have that line under the inequality. And x is now less than 12, so I'm going to shade to the left. And that's the solution to that example.